While on vacation in London, a young woman posed in front of Tower Bridge with her dad, hoping to capture a beautiful memory. But when she later looked closer at the photo, she noticed something that made her heart race and her hands tremble. One small detail changed everything, and her life would never be the same again. Before we dive into this jaw-dropping story, let us know where you're watching from today. And if you love stories that keep you on the edge of your seat, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. The early morning sunlight bathed the Thames in gold as Olivia Bennet and her father James strolled along Queen's Walk in London. It was Olivia's first trip to the UK, a long-awaited father-daughter adventure to celebrate her 18th birthday. They had just picked up coffee and pastries from a nearby stand and were soaking in the sights. Tower Bridge stood proudly in the background, a symbol of their unforgettable vacation. "Dad," Olivia said with a grin, "I think this is the best trip of my life." James smiled, his eyes filled with warmth. "You deserve it, sweetheart. I've been looking forward to this for a long time." As they continued their walk, they came across a pop-up photo booth operated by a man offering quick magnetic photo prints for tourists. The man, friendly and persuasive, offered to take a picture for just £9.99. Olivia lit up. "Come on, Dad, let's do it." James agreed, and they posed in front of the river, Olivia leaning into her father with Tower Bridge in the background. The man printed the photo in seconds and handed it to James, who looked at it for a brief moment, his face changing slightly, before tucking it into his coat pocket. "Can I see it?" Olivia asked, reaching for the photo. "Later," James replied casually. "Let's not be late getting back. Your mom's waiting." Back at their Airbnb, Olivia remained curious. Something about the way her dad reacted to the photo didn't sit right. That night, as her parents went to sleep, Olivia quietly retrieved her dad's coat from the hallway and pulled out the printed photo. At first glance, it was sweet, just the two of them smiling against the London skyline. But then her eyes drifted to the background, to the trash bin near the lamppost. And that's when she saw it. A missing child poster, worn and weathered, taped to the side of the bin. Olivia leaned closer. The girl in the flyer had long brown hair, soft brown eyes, and a familiar smile. She looked exactly like Olivia at 3 years old. The name on the flyer read Sophie Ellis, missing since 2007. Olivia's heart dropped. She stared at the photo in disbelief, her fingers trembling. The resemblance was undeniable. She rushed to her phone and began researching. Sophie Ellis, reported missing from a park in London during a family picnic. Last seen playing near the fountain at Hyde Park. A disappearance that left her parents devastated and the city shaken. The timeline matched her age. The girl in the photo matched her face. The next morning, she confronted her dad. "Dad," she said, holding up the photo, "who is Sophie Ellis?" James froze. "What are you talking about?" he asked, his voice calm, but his eyes told another story. "This girl, this missing girl, she looks exactly like me, and you didn't want me to see this photo. Why?" James sighed heavily and sat down. "Liv, I was hoping you'd never find out." "Find out what?" He ran a hand through his hair. "We found you. In Hyde Park. You were alone. Crying. No one around. We waited. We called out. We didn't know what to do." "You took me," Olivia whispered, her voice cracking. "We raised you. We loved you," James said. "You were abandoned." "You don't know that," Olivia said, tears forming in her eyes. "You never tried to find out." Her mother, Laura, entered the room, hearing the argument. Her eyes were red. She had been listening. "We didn't mean to hurt you," she said softly. We couldn't have children. And you were there. And you were so small, so scared." "You stole me," Olivia said, her voice trembling. "You stole someone's child." "I'm sorry," Laura whispered. Olivia didn't answer. She grabbed her coat and the photo and ran. She went straight to the nearest police station and told them everything. Within days, DNA tests confirmed what she already knew. Olivia Bennet was Sophie Ellis, the girl who had vanished from Hyde Park 15 years ago. Her biological parents, Helen and Mark Ellis, were contacted immediately. The reunion was overwhelming, Helen sobbed uncontrollably as she held her daughter for the first time in over a decade. Mark could hardly speak, his eyes never leaving Olivia's face. James and Laura were arrested and charged with child abduction and falsifying legal documents. Though they insisted they acted out of desperation, the court saw otherwise. Olivia, Sophie, moved in with her biological parents temporarily, getting to know them slowly, carefully. It was not easy. She felt torn, confused, angry, and yet grateful to finally know the truth. She began therapy. She wrote in a journal. She avoided the press. Months passed, and one evening Sophie returned to Queen's Walk. She stood near the same railing where the photo had been taken. She looked out over the Thames. A breeze brushed her hair. She reached into her bag and pulled out the same magnetic photo. She looked at it long and hard. "One photo," she whispered. "One photo changed everything." She still loved the couple who raised her. She always would. But now she had a choice: to move forward with truth and begin again. And she would. What would you do if one picture revealed your life was built on a lie? Let us know in the comments below. If this story moved you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Story Dash for more true-style emotional stories that will stay with you long after they end.